Hey everyone, Jamie Phillips Action Auto Parts on a Sunday evening, 6:29 here in Halls Gap, Kentucky. A neighbor up the road hollered at me there as me and Crystal, we've been out riding around and we was pulling in the driveway. He said, I got that Avalanche, if you want it, it's on the trailer. So it took a little bit of finagling with old Black Betty, but we finally got it off there where it didn't have a rear end. I don't know what all's good, what all ain't. The motor's supposed to be good, the transmission ain't supposed to be good, but we'll worry about all that later. It's hot. I'm gonna go to the house, and then tomorrow me and Peg will get it drug over here in line, and then start getting Felicia getting it all cleaned out, and we'll get it ready to go and get it listed. Where it had been so hot, I actually hadn't got to do a video in a couple days. I wanted to throw in this little Mitsubishi Mirage. I had a young man and his girlfriend drive up from North Carolina. He says about 6 hours away, and I think it was Friday. It was Friday, and he bought the motor, the transmission, and all of that front cradle, and he took it all loose. We had it on a cherry picker. I set it on his trailer, and they headed back to the southeast part of the United States. So that was definitely a good sale, because that was a real low mileage engine. The transmission had less than 11,000 miles on it, so that worked out pretty good. That little car's done good. So Saturday, I had a guy come up from Huntsville, Alabama, to buy the two inner fenders off of this Impala, and it was giving him fits. He got pretty much all the fender bolts loose, and on the inside, but these, it goes around this lip that connects the fender to the inner fender, was spinning on him. And his family was wanting to go. They were hot. I was definitely hot. It'd been 2 hours past closing, and so he went ahead and paid me for them and some labor, and we're going to have them pulled. He's coming back next Saturday, and he went ahead and bought these two little corner pieces in the fenders, and he wants that trim, that's aluminum stainless steel piece, goes across the bottom of the windshield, and he said he may end up buying the bumper and the grill. So I told him it's supposed to be hot Monday, Tuesday, and but he's not going to be back the next Saturday, so I have to get Peg to finish taking that apart, and that way it'll be ready for him to come back and pick up. So it ended up being a good Saturday as far as sales goes, but sometimes you have to stay out here longer than you'd like to, but that's just part of it. Now here's a short video of how romantic I can be when I had my wife out Friday night to celebrate our anniversary. You have given me 33 wonderful years. Would you give me 33 more? See guys, I still got it. 33 years and going. So Saturday, Peg said, hey boss, why don't I take the T-Bird to the back? Or actually maybe it was Friday, but then Saturday he was going to work on it, and evidently whoever had it a little while back had put a new water pump, and so the fan and for whatever reason a lot of other pieces and parts were laying inside, and there again for whatever reason they had spark plugs out of it. Maybe they was going to put them back in, I don't know, but Peg put all that stuff back together. He had to scrounge around and find a bunch of bolts because some of them were missing, and he's like, boss, I don't know what's wrong. I kept messing with it. I couldn't get it to crank, couldn't get it to do this, couldn't get it to do that. And he said he looked and the starter was gone. So that's why it wasn't starting. So we get a starter on it. That old car's clean. The engine's clean, the interior's clean. So I guess we'll wait and see. But I'm going to have to get him a starter to put on it and see if we ain't got a runner there. And of course, there's the Dakota Skeeter Bug, whatever you want to call it. He got it running. And this big boat needs going back into the junkyard when we get it straightened up back in there some. So I'm gonna run back home. Crystal, I dropped her back off. She had to get her meal prepping done. But we had a very good church service this morning. Hopefully you got to enjoy one. It was a pretty good one. And I kind of was gonna be lazy today. We went out to check on a friend that was kind of feeling down in the dumps some, and got back, and about time, like I said, I was pulling in the driveway. My buddy up the street called, said, you know, he had that Avalanche, and if I was wanting to look at it, we'd work something out. So I was like, yeah. So took Crystal back home so she could start cooking, and came back. So me and Sean got that unloaded, and so now I got to get out here tomorrow and hustle and try to make that money's back off of some stuff. But they're calling for here in this region, and I know some of you all, I know my buddy out in Virginia out there toward the ocean, it's even worse, but we're looking 95, 96 maybe for the next couple days with the heat index. And man, I just tell you, with which my weight doesn't help matters none, but with my heart condition and stuff, that heat gets pretty hard on me. But so I'm gonna try my best in the morning. I've got to get up and I got to run by my doctor's office, pick up my lab results. I've got a appointment tomorrow afternoon with a urologist, and take my lab work with me. So that's like at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. So I'm gonna try to get my labs picked up in the morning, because we done them a couple weeks ago, so they should have them back. And try to get out here maybe 8:30 if I can. I don't know what time the clinic opens, but and try to answer, because Lord, I got a bunch of questions about parts over the weekend, and try to get a lot of that stuff answered before it gets too hot. And then, like I said, try to get that truck scooted around or whatever. But if we don't, it ain't going nowhere. And then if it's just going to be real hot, let Peg and Felicia go home early, because I don't want to take a chance on them getting sick either in the heat. I have the utmost respect for people that gets out here and pours concrete and whatever the case may be. But if they're working outside and doing hard physical labor, man, it's just I used to could do it, but boy, I can't do it no more. But stay as cool as you can, naturally hydrated and all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna ease out of here. Of course, I got tickled a while ago. You cannot, or I cannot, you might can, but I can't sneak by Barney's. Drove by, didn't see him nowhere, unlocked the gate so that when Sean got here, he could pull straight on in, and I got about right here, and Barney come trotting down the road. So he done got, I think, 3 bacon strips off of me, barking and carrying on. And then he disappeared, so I don't know, he might have went back home. He might have got all he had planned on coming and getting. So, but I love it, old boy. He's a funny old doggy. And of course, let me get my camera turned back around now. But Felicia got all the roofing and stuff picked up off the ground that came off the building, and it swept out, and the lumber I brought out here stacked up inside. So that's something we got to get empty too, is that trailer, and start getting it ready to put a roof back on it. I didn't check on Mama Hen. I'm sure she's over there. It's just hot. I'm gonna go to the house and try to get cooled back off. So yeah, that's my wife's like, but it's Sunday, and I was like, well, in the junk business, sometimes you got to do, what you got to do. Sean works through the week. If I didn't get it today, it would have been this later through the week. I got it. And so I definitely, if it's going to be that, I mean, today's hot. Don't get me wrong, but if it was going to be even hotter tomorrow evening, I'd rather just go and get it done today. So that's going to be about it. Like I said, I hope y'all had a great weekend. And I hope your work week goes awesome as well. And so yeah, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, please subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.